What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie10988 coming at you live once again. And today I want to talk to you about something controversial. I'm not sure how it's going to go over. I do know that when I talked about this topic on Twitter earlier this week, I lost a few dozen followers, so I'm fully expecting to lose a few dozen subs over my opinions today. But I think it's something that needs to be talked about, and it's something that I, as a editorial kind of opinionated kind of guy who makes videos of current topics, I think it's something I should talk about. So brace yourself, and if you're not into this kind of thing, go watch a funny video instead. I bet Rhett and Link's put up something funny this week. You could go, Dan Bull's got some new rap songs. But I want to talk to you about Chick-fil-A. Now, if you're outside of the country, you don't know necessarily what's going on, there's an organization, a corporation, that has these restaurants, decent restaurants too, that have some nice light food options for when you're on a diet. They sell a lot of chicken. They have these cows that hold up signs that say eat more chicken because they don't sell any beef. And like I like to go there to get like their raisin carrot salad because it's low in calorie, high in taste, stuff like that. Well, anyway, they recently, over the past couple of years, donated $1.2 million to anti-equal rights, anti-gay marriage groups. And, that's understandable. They make their profit. They get to choose what they do with their profit. I know, for example, when I go buy my Microsoft products, that's going to go to a good chunk of their money goes to charity. And I know when I buy Apple products, the people who put together my Apple products, they're working in some miserable conditions for very little pay. And I happen to know a lot of these things. Like, I know that some corporations are bad, some corporations are good, but I still like the service they provide, so I get whatever it is I want there. And so even though I kind of knew that that's what they're doing, it was still pretty easy to go get chicken occasionally. I like their food. But a couple weeks back, their CEO of the company came out and said, "Are we anti-gay marriage? Guilty as charged. We don't like it. We're a Christian company," which is fine, for the record. I'm all for a Christian company. That's another topic, another point I'll make in a minute. We're a Christian company. We run our company based on Christian ethics, and we want to focus on the family. We're not against gay marriage. In further interviews, he went on to say that that there's a biblical definition of marriage, and that gay marriage goes against it, and that we're literally thumbing our nose at the face of God when we try to redefine marriage, and then that's why there's so much terrible shit in the world. So if that sounds a little weird or crazy to you, that's okay, because it does to me too. At the same time, it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're strongly convicted that the Bible is the right thing, and this is how it is, and that, this is the way it's got to be, I can see how you could arrive at that opinion. And that's not really what upsets me. Like you can believe whatever you believe. You can believe that there's a God in heaven and that you sent a son here to earth and he died for your sins, or you can believe that that when you blow yourself up you'll get 72 virgins, or you can believe that it doesn't matter what you believe. You can believe in Zeus, you can believe in nothing, you can believe in everything, you can believe in anything in between. I don't really care. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I believe. I don't really express that opinion here, or nor do I often, or nor will I. Because at the end of the day, even though expressing my opinion is my job, it's my job. It's not his job. His job's to fucking sell chicken. But my job is to express my opinion. That's an opinion that I try to keep close to heart. So I'm all for a Christian company too. I want to talk about that. I don't care if you are open on Sunday. I don't care. That's a day of rest in the Bible. You truly believe that God says rest on Sunday? Rest. That's cool. Let your workers rest. And you want to pay everybody a fair wage. You want to occasionally give away free food. You want to be nice to people. You want to donate money to charity. I'm all for that. That's great. I don't have a problem. I'm going to eat at your restaurant. I'll probably be more inclined to eat at your restaurant. What bothers me is the opinion being expressed in such a public... This wasn't a PR firm trying to make ends meet. This is one guy. And I don't know if you know here in America, but it's legally required to hire somebody based on their criteria, based on their resume, not on their sexual orientation, race, creed, shape. You have to hire somebody based on what the resume looks like. There's gay people that are working for Chick-fil-A somewhere. Surely. How does that make them feel? How does that make the 10% of Americans or 10% of the world that is gay feel? How does that make people who support equal rights feel? Like you're tanking your company for this, what is ultimately your personal belief. Well, it might even be true. Might even be true. I can't say that it's not. I can't say that there's not a cloud in some mythical heaven or that God's setting on and he's judging everybody and he hates gays. I don't know. And I'm not going to venture a guess. What I'm saying is, even if that's the case, you're being a little crazy. Like, that's a bad decision. That's a bad business decision. And so now, to follow it up, they're trying to do a PR spread, and there's all these rumors going on. And Jim Henson Puppeteer Company came out and they recalled. They're like, the money you gave us, we're going to give to GLAAD, which is a pro. To cancel out what you've done, we're going to give all that money to GLAAD, which is a pro-gay marriage organization, and that's great. If that's what you guys want to do with your money, Jim Henson Productions. That's great too. Do whatever you want to with it. Don't necessarily think you need to make a PR campaign out of it, but that's cool. Then they recall the toys, the Jim Henson toys, because I guess they're made from devil's blood. I don't know. But here's what I do know, is that 10 years from now, 5 years from now, this is what they'll study in business classes and economic classes as a textbook PR nightmare. This is how you tank your business. This is how you ruin your business. Because no one's going to like that. Even the people that are strongly convicted I truly believe homosexuality is an abomination to God. I truly believe gays should not get married. I truly believe. They're not going to buy more chicken. Like, what's the upswing? What's the fucking upswing? Like, you're causing irrevocable pain and damage to the 10% of America that's gay. You're causing irrevocable pain and damage to the people who support equal rights. To benefit who? Not your workers, because there are going to be less of them because you're going to have to shut down restaurants. Not the gay workers that you've hired on accident. I'm sure you considered an accident. Not who. What? So I talked about all this earlier on Twitter this week, and I'd lost a ton of followers. It just shocks me. And I will tell you, and I was thinking of completely avoiding my personal opinion here, but here's my personal opinion, and if I lose some followers over, I'm okay with that. But if you don't want to hate me, stop. It doesn't matter if you're for gay marriage or against gay marriage. Just stop. Don't watch this if you don't want to hate me. But the reality of it is, this isn't what we really should be talking about. The country around us is falling apart. We're financially screwed. We're morally screwed. And what two men or two women choose to do in the safety of their own home or even in public really doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't. And I'm all for everybody being treated fairly. I'm all for everybody being treated equally. I'm all for everybody being left alone while we concentrate on real issues and real problems and real things. And I think that this whole thing is a smokescreen to divert you from the real issues and the real problems. And I think Chick-fil-A knows that. I think they know that. I think, because where else is the gain? Where else is the gain? There is no gain for them. And personally, I don't care what two men do. I don't care what two women do. I don't care what a man and a woman does. I don't care what a chimpanzee and a banana does. I don't. I can't. You do whatever it is you want to do. And if you want to get the same piece of paper that me and my girlfriend are going to get in the next couple of years that says you guys like each other a whole lot and you're going to pay your taxes together, go for it. That's great. And if you want to have a ceremony that celebrates it, that's great. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me at the end of the day. And if you're a Christian and you firmly are against it, you're firmly against two men marrying or two women marrying or the monkey and the banana, if you really hate that shit, leave it to God. Leave it to God. You believe in God. You believe in St. Peter. You believe in the pearly gates. You believe in heaven and you believe in hell. Leave it to God. He'll put the right people in your heaven and the right people in your hell and the wrong people anywhere else in between. And believe it. Believe it. You know? I don't know. It's a tough topic and it's a tough situation. And it's one that I'm actually tired of hearing about. It's one that doesn't make sense to me anymore. I just wish it could be over. Because it is. It will be. It will be. They are going to win. Homosexuals are going to get this right. That the same way interracial couples got the right before, women got the rights to vote, slaves were eventually freed, and all the other injustice, unequal bullshit that's ever existed crumbled. This will too. It's just a matter of time. Can't we talk about something else?